There we go. Hey guys, it's Paul Motley here, and welcome to this live video where I'm going to show you how to grow your social media presence and also multiply that content as well in an amazing, fantastic way. So this is actually my first time using StreamYard to go live onto YouTube. So I'm going to have a little bit of switching around, but if you wait until the entire video, right, so if you stick around, then I promise you are going to have no more worries about creating content and also spinning it out onto multiple platforms. I'm going to make it as simple as possible for you and also make sure that you can follow along as well. And I'm going to do this in real time as well. So there's no sort of like cheat codes or anything else like that. We are just going to go right ahead. So what I want to do is I want to share my screen. So let's get into it. Share screen. I'm going to go for that one. And there we go. So I'm going to just make sure that you can see this. Hopefully you can. I'm just going to add myself in the corner there as well, just because I'm a vain bugger. All right. So this is the content multiplier. Let's get into it. So the goal is to create content simply, make it time efficient, and publish on multiple platforms, right? So let's look at the current status. So I'm going to do this on my own statuses, right? So this is what I'm going to be doing. So you can see if you follow along. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll be kept up to date with how this is going for me as well. And if you want to follow along, then make sure you drop it in the comments as well, so I can go and check out your YouTube channel, drop your subscription as well, and hopefully we'll all grow together. So you can note this is the 1st of November when I'm recording this, and this is my Facebook business page at the moment. You can see it's got about 1,600 followers. The post reach is pretty crap. The post engagement is pretty crap. New followers still pretty crap, right? So personal page, I think, yeah, 1,300 friends. I actually went all the way up to 5,000 friends at one point, which is the maximum that you can get on YouTube. But what I did was I basically called everybody off because I just thought, I don't need all these people on there. Who are these people anyway? So I got rid of a load of people that were inactive, and it's only now that I've started building back up again. So I also have a group as well. Again, small group, 1.2 thousand members. I do have another Facebook group, though, 23,000 members, but I'm not actually currently using that. The problem was when I first started it was a whole bunch of people came in that were looking to spam their links all over the internet about making me online scams and Ponzi schemes and stuff like that. So kind of let it go for a long time. It grew, but again, there was hardly no engagement, and there was no way that I could do anything with that group. So I'm kind of letting that one go a little bit now. But this one is a little bit better. There are some decent people in there, and hopefully we'll all grow together. So Instagram. I haven't done a lot with Instagram, I have to admit. This is a problem. When you've got so many different platforms to consider, it's so difficult to actually build on all of them, right? So again, what have I got here? About 4,500 followers. The engagement's pretty crap. The growth is low. Impressions is low. So we're going to see if we can do something about that. Pinterest as well. A mostly unused platform, actually, even though in the last 30 days I've had 2,000 impressions. It's mainly because I have started posting on there recently. So it's kind of thinking maybe it's worthwhile doing. So get with the picture on that one and make sure you do start using Pinterest too. Even Twitter. You can see I've done over 20,000 tweets on it. Now that might sound impressive, might sound like I spent all my days on Twitter, but in actual fact, I don't. When I first started Twitter, there were little robots which could go and tweet for you and do all that sort of thing. So that was kind of what I was doing. Naughty Paul, right? So yeah, there's a lot of posts in there which is just pure crap. So again, followers is pretty low. I had this follow versus follow, unfollow thing going on for a while as well, which again was pretty rubbish. So how are we going to actually put this thing together? Well, we're going to use video to start with. Now, this is in conjunction with the Unlimited Life Academy. If you haven't been part of that, I'm going to make sure that after this video is live, then I'm going to put a link so you can actually grow more confident on camera. So you can actually go through a free challenge for 30 days and make sure that you can actually start pumping this out as well, because it is super important. Not everybody is amazing on camera the moment they start. Trust me. Go back on my YouTube channel, have a look at the very first videos I started doing. I was awful. I'm not saying I'm good now, but it is a little bit better than what it was. We are going to grab quotes and we're going to use some tools as well. Right. So what are we going to use? Personally, I like to use these three: Canva, Content Fries, and Later. And we're going to go through each one of these to start with. So what does Canva do? Helps you with designs. You don't need a designer. You're going to be able to spin your content and then, of course, download it to your computer because you need that, right? And the cool thing about Canva, it is actually free. There is a paid version. You could go for that as well if you want to help yourself, because I believe that you can automatically resize for various different platforms using that. So it might be worth investing in that as you grow, as your business grows as well. Content Fries. Now, you can get started with this for about $9 a month. We're going to use this to capture. We're going to use the video. We're going to capture it. It's also got a full transcription service on that as well. We're going to export that from there as well. Now, one of the cool things about this content multiplying thing, right, and I'll probably show you this at some point as well, is that you can actually create blog posts from the transcriptions of your video. So automatically, you've got one video if you upload onto YouTube, and now you've got a second piece of content because you've uploaded it as a blog post as well. So that's pretty cool straight off the bat. And there are transcription services out there, but they're expensive and doesn't do half the things what Content Fries do. So I'm not an affiliate with these guys, by the way. It's just something I use myself. Later, right? So it's later.com. We're going to load our content into it. We're going to be able to multiply it across various platforms, and then we're going to be able to schedule it out. Now, you can start with Later from free. Again, I recommend having a paid program or a paid platform plan with them. In fact, I'm just about to upgrade as well, because at the moment I'm limited to a certain amount of platforms that I can use, but on the new plans they just brought out, that allows you to schedule on TikTok and also LinkedIn as well. So that is going to increase how much we can multiply our content even more to make it hands-free and grow your business and also grow your social media presence online. So that is the end of that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to come off that. I'm going to stop the share for a second. We're going to stop the share, and then I'm going to make sure I'm loaded up to where we should be. If I press the right buttons, and we're going to go and do this shit, right? So let's get going. And like I said before, if it's your first time, make sure you like, subscribe, and all that sort of thing. Drop a comment and blah, blah, blah. And of course, if you stay to the end, you're going to see me doing this live. So why not stick around? Okay, so let's go for a share screen. We're going to go for that one. And I'm still in the picture. Right, so to start with, you could start out by recording a very fresh video and also then making sure that it's right up to date and everything else like that. But for this example, I didn't really want to focus on the video side of things, more on the text or spoken word side of things. Okay, so there may be a future training which will go through the video concept of it and being able to transcribe and also split out your video to put across multiple platforms. But today we're just going to concentrate on the audio and the text. So last year I was doing podcasts every single day, and I picked this one out here, which was, are you a lion or a mouse? Now, if I go to my YouTube, I click these three options here. So you've gone to content, you can see that on my dashboard, gone to content, hit download, and I downloaded that video, right? I did say I wasn't going to cheat, and I was going to do this live with you in real time. But to be honest with you, I wanted to make sure that you are not sitting around twiddling your thumbs while I was doing this. So I downloaded it, and then I've also then uploaded it straight into Content Fries, which we can see here, right? So we're up, and it tells me the length is 275 seconds. Right, so let's click into that. Hopefully it will bring it up. I'm going to grab a quick drink. There we go. Right, so once you load the video in, it's then going to create all this, which is your captions, right? Which is super, super cool, because we can go through it, make sure we spell check everything to make sure everything's really cool. I have to admit, I am super lazy, so I'm not going to do that. And what I'm going to do then is I'm also then going to generate captions, import, and I don't want to do that. I want to export. So let's get back onto editor. Where is it? I think it's here. Is that the one? Export. Now there was one there where I could just export the CRT file captions. That could be it. Wonder if that's it. I don't know. I'm just pressing the wrong button now. I am pressing there it is, export. If I export and do the .crt, then that will allow me to download a SRT file, which I can then upload back into YouTube for the transcription, right? So all of a sudden now, once you've uploaded a video onto YouTube, you can go through Content Fries, load the video up, get the transcription, load it back into YouTube. All of a sudden, you're going to get better views on YouTube because you do have the transcription right there on the video. And people tell me, believe it or not, 80% of people will watch a video, especially if it's on Facebook, they will watch on mute. So if you've got this transcription service loaded up, you're going to get way better views for your content as well, especially if it's video. Okay, right. So it's super important. So you can download that. Or what I could do is I could just download the plain text, and we're going to download that because that is then going to form part of a blog post. Yeah, blog post that we need. Again, remember I said that before, where we were just going to basically download the text of it, load it up as a as a blog post as well to get us even more traffic, right? See, I'm losing it straight off. Now, I put this template up, and all I need to do is literally I click on here and I can move this around. So I said see link for full track, and that's it. So that's what I'm looking at doing. But see, what we're doing at the moment, right? This is all part of the video editor. What I'm interested in, though, is finding stuff in here that I want to use as a quote card. Now, to do the quote card, we're going to use Canva. Right, so at the moment, I've got a couple of blanks ready to go. This is an imitation of Twitter. And then I can add this in. I've got my little graphic of my name there. So we're good to go as soon as we add something quotable in there. And of course, then you can also make these types of things here as well. And I haven't just picked these sort of styles out from random. What I've done is I've actually gone ahead and looked at other influencers in my niche and seen what their graphics and text look like, because obviously if they're doing it, they've paid designers to put this stuff together for them. So I'm going to have a look at a few for some inspiration right now. So let's look at Russell Brunson's. That's a graphic. Unless you're graphical, it's difficult for me to do. So probably not going to do that one. Probably not going to do that one. That's a decent one. We can use that. And again, that's more of like a Twitter one if you saw it before. This one looks pretty decent. In fact, I did do an emulation of that one, which was here. So if you can see, it's not quite the same, but it's similar, right? It's a picture of me, some text on it, a brand. So that's a decent one. That is linking to a YouTube video. This is a few different videos. So basically, yeah, we could probably pick a few different pictures. So we could probably pick something out like that. And you've noticed as well, there is slightly different formats. This is a little bit longer, right? So it's not going to be looking ideal on Instagram, for example, but it will look good on Pinterest and it will look good on Facebook. So think about that while you're putting it together. Again, I'm kind of lazy. I'm just going to use square ones because I know that I can upload square ones to all of the platforms without having to resize them myself. So I'm going to look for another one that looks square. That was one that I used previously. So that's fairly decent. I like that one. So let's have a look. Let's find a quote. And again, I've got Russell Brunson. I've got Spencer Meekum as Buildpreneur. Hasn't done an awful lot on his Facebook business page for a while, though. So that's probably not ideal. And then Dean Graziosis as well. So video, quote, picture, quote, video, picture, picture, picture with a quote, quote. Can you see the sort of like thing going on? It is kind of like how they're putting their stuff together. So they're not just doing one type of post each time. They are mixing it up a little bit. Now, what I'm going to use to schedule things out is I'm going to use a company called Later, right? So see all these things here. These are all templates that I downloaded in the past, right? So this is Cool and the Gang. So I'm just going to put here. So if you can see what I've got there, that's one there. And of course, that's due to go out literally in a few minutes, actually, which is nice, right? So we'll get ready to do another one. I've already sent out 2 yesterday. I've sent out 2 today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule out this one, maybe over here as well, just because I want you to see how easy it is. And of course, how quick it can be as well. Now, if I'd have done a bit of planning before this, I'd have probably had it all ready to go, but I wanted to make it as authentic as possible so you guys can actually see what I'm looking at. So I'm just going to read through this. Right, so where was it? I think there's one here. In fact, that should be 2D, so let's correct that straight away. Yeah, again, I have a question for you now. It says very carefully, when it comes to business, do you consider yourself a lion or a mouse? Oh, I like that. So I'm going to copy that. And that's going to make the basis for our very first one. And what have I just posted? Let me check on my Facebook to see what the latest post was. Actually, it'll probably be on here, won't it, on later. What's going out? It's going out as a picture. That one was, what is that? That is just one of those. So I think we could probably do tomorrow. We could probably go for a quote card. Although I do like the pictures. Let's because if I just put it in here, right, and I hit paste, and change this around a little bit just so it looks better. Give yourself a lion or a mouse. Right, so that's asking a question. So if I was just going to do that now, I could literally have that on there, hit download, and I'm only going to download that one. So let's uncheck all of those. Download, hit done. I'm going to do this anyway, just so you guys can see it. And it's downloading, super duper. We're going to go into later. We're going to upload that into here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it so that it's ready to go for tomorrow. So as soon as that's loaded up, let's grab a quick drink again. You can tell I like keeping wet in my whistle, basically. So as soon as that's done, we'll wait for that to get done. But we need to basically, we're adding it at the moment. I'm adding it to Insta. I'm adding it to my Facebook business profile, Twitter, and also Pinterest as well. So it will show how this thing works. But I'm going to come back to that a little bit because I kind of like to put one of these graphics in. So I'm going to do something similar to this one here. I kind of like that one, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that. Right, so now I've duplicated it. I'm going to get rid of that background. I'm going to find something that I've uploaded where I'm in full picture. That might be a little bit too big, but we'll see. That's a good one. We'll go for that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this nice and big like that. I'm going to put myself over to the side a little bit, right? So a little bit to the side, but I'm looking in the inside. And now I want to send it right to the back. So I'm going to hit position, backwards, 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 everywhere back. But to grey out, to make sure this is highlighted, what I want to do is, if I just delete that off for a start, I'm going to show you how I did that. I'm going to put an element on over the top, recently used. I'm going to put that. And I'm literally going to cover it all over. Right, so it's all over that. I'm then going to make that black. And then I'm going to make it more transparent. Then I want to make sure I'm putting it backwards so that all this pops. And paste that in. I might need to reduce the size of this. When it comes to do you consider yourself a lion or a mouse? Oh, shit. Hang on. Make sure that is proper position back. There we go. Scroll it back over there. Grab that. And how was it? Let's look and see what it was. It was actually darker than that, wasn't it? So it did really pop. So let's make that even more. Let's darken that up a little bit more. There we go. That's better. That's better. Brilliant. Okay, so are you a lion or a mouse? And I'm going to change that to that. And probably might just alter the text on that as well to try and make that look similar. So it was, if you were good at something, all right, so let's look and see. Is that loaded up? That has loaded up now, cool. Right, so when it comes to that, so you can see yourself that. I'm just going to go through this process because then I can decide. Let's look and see. I want something a bit scrabbly. What's that look like? No, don't like that. That's open stance. So let's make this that one. When it comes to your business, do you consider yourself a lion or a mouse? Okay, well, let's make that a little bit bigger. Stick that a bit further down. It's kind of messed up, but it feels all right to me. It does feel all right to me. So do I want to use, let's download that as well, just so we've got that loaded up. We're going to put that in there, hit the downloads, and then get ready to load that into later. Because we can always use that at a later date as well. One of the things that you can do when it comes to actually putting content on is spin it around every 3 months. So I could essentially decide, right, well, I might put that round, I might add that in like February if I'm putting it on as a quote card now, but people might forget a quote card. So I could always put it in. Let's put the quote card for tomorrow in about here. When it comes to your business, do you consider yourself a lion or a mouse? So what do I want to say about this one? Go at your business like a monster, but always know how to control yourself. Yeah, go at your business like a monster, but always know how to control yourself. Never be weak for those around, or you will end up being, it's a bit funny, lunch for others. All right, so we've got that as a quote card. We're going to hit save captions. So what I can normally do here is I've actually loaded up some captions that I could put in there ready to go. I could put this one, share this if it really means something to you, and then we can hit customize for post because we're going to go out on these platforms. So Facebook business page, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest as well. So I could go straight for that. So we're going to hit customize, and then normally it will throw up some errors basically because it wants to, sometimes the characters are too long for Twitter, for example, or it wants them to set a board for this. So I'm going to put that straight into affiliate marketing board. And we can also add a website on there as well. So if I wanted to add my YouTube channel, for example, on that, I could do. In fact, I probably should do, right? So let's see if I can find YouTube on this real quick to find my channel. I'll put that as a YouTube just by doing a search, and you guys should do this as well, just so that you get your own channel name. So if you search for your name, in which case I'm going to search for me. Oh, look at that, 77 people a month are looking for me. Amazing. Right, click on that and it will give you your personalized I'm going to grab that. It will give you your personalized YouTube channel name. I'm going to have to close that, otherwise it will start playing that video, and I don't want that to do right now. So I'm going to add website, bang that in there, and then we'll probably need to remove some of these. So let's just Again, I don't spend much time on it. There we go. Got rid of that. That's cool in the gang. The changes that I needed for Twitter, I need to delete quite a lot of these out. I don't get picky with it. I know I should, but I'm going to show you something in a minute which will probably make life so much easier, because a lot of these, especially when it comes to whether you're using Twitter or you're using Instagram, some of these are going to be too big to go after unless you've got a big channel. So you will have to change that around. But I'm going to show you how this works anyway. So we're all good to go. Step to go, save for post, and boom, look at that. Sweet. So we've got that on. Excellent. What are we? 25 minutes in. We've already created 2 images. We've put it out onto 4 different platforms. And the good thing is as well, we have the transcription here, right? We've got the transcription. Open that up in text to go ahead and make a blog post, and also as well to add to, like, if we want to put it on our Facebook post, we can add the entire transcription on that as well, because sometimes people love that shit, right? They will go nuts over it because it's a long post and people will then open it up and read it, and Facebook love it because they're reading it and all that good stuff. So that's possibly one of the things that we could have done on the business one. So let's just check which one was first. Facebook one. Let's just open that up again. This could take a while. All right, so in fact, I'm not going to do that on that one, but you see what I'm doing. You could see actually that people could really spend a long time doing that, because I'm just going to say, there we go, because it will be a long post for people to read rather than just having a look, seeing the caption and scrolling straight past again, because that's 0 engagement, right? So cool thing. When you've got these graphics, you've got them, right? You've downloaded them. Now, at the moment, you can't schedule a post on your Facebook personal profile, okay? But we can put it onto our Facebook group. So we can schedule on there. Now, again, Later doesn't cover that one at the moment. It can't schedule to groups. Drop in the comments if I'm wrong with this, and I will gladly eat my words. So let's go to this one. I'm pretty sure that was the one. Yeah, there we go. So if I decide I want to put open this up, create post, we're going to put that in there, and that allows me to schedule the post if I want to. So if I can schedule it, I can put the different date and time in there. So it's real quick. So if you're doing this, then you can add it in to your Facebook group as well, just to add that extra engagement. Now, it may be with your Facebook business page or business page, it wants 2 to 3 posts a day, which would be ideal. But with your group, it may be a question post, maybe, or a quote post once a day, allowing people to then see it and interact with it rather than creating too much. Because again, we don't want to go too mad, right? So if I hit paste in that, I can get rid of that bit. All right. Oh my gosh. Right. Tell you what, I'm not going to actually go nuts on this one. I know this is supposed to be live and everything else like that. And again, some of this text doesn't make sense because I've got in there, and it's picking up on all my ums and ahs and everything else like that. So that's cool. That's cool. But it's real. So if someone does decide to go ahead and read it, and I'm not even looking at this properly, just going ahead and putting random spaces in there. So if someone does decide to take a look at it and read it, then hopefully they'll go through and do that. Just check in. Okay. Just check this. Sure thing. Right. Okay. So we're on this. This is the beauty of getting text messages halfway through as well. All right. So we're good with that. I really should do this. Let's do it properly. Let's do it properly, Paul. Come on, Motters, get it right. If you're still watching, well done to you. Yeah, it's going to be going to be interesting if this does take off and lots of people go ahead and listen to it. And I may well spin this content out as well as a video later on. So it should be interesting. All right, there we go. There we go. Right. That doesn't look too blocky now. And of course, now that I've done this, I can then grab all of that and I can drag all that text, copy it and paste it in as it's styled. And that will be my blog post. So I'm going to hit post on that now. Boom, that's in there. My latest posts have just gone out as well on Facebook. So let's just go ahead and check that, make sure that post. And we're going to go over to switch profile, go to the, make sure it is on and hit save, or even that way. We're on here. Yes, good. Using that, we're going to go to me. And hopefully this has worked. That post that I put up is on there 9 minutes ago. There you go. Boom. It's on. Someone's already liked it. Amazing. Who liked it? Some guy liked it. Excellent. Well, that's good news. And if we go over to Instagram, let's go to Instagram. Let's see if it's posted on there. Just like double checking. We're going to hit onto my profile. We want to see my profile. Thank you. Oh, there we go. That's on there already. Amazing. Cool. Right. So this thing is on fire. So I want to go back now because what did we schedule? I think we scheduled a quote card, didn't we, for tomorrow? So now I want to have a look and see. This was like a Twitter style post card, though, wasn't it? So let's have a look. I want something else to go in there for this one, right? So let's script those off so I don't get confused on which one I put in. Let's go back into my text and see. Let's see. La 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 la. Right. We had a choice to make. Too long. And this buckle down right is again. Resource relentless every single day. Be relentless every single day. Make it happen. I like that. Let's copy that. I like that. That looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of that. I'm going to paste that in, and I'm just going to get rid of this. So be relentless every single day. Be relentless every single day. And every single day. Let's start making waves. Oh, I like that. That's cool in the gang. Be relentless every single day. Change. I might have to change this down a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. Be relentless every single day. Let's start making waves. I don't need titles on that, do I? Capitals even. Be relentless every single day. Let's start making. Let's start. Pop that in colors. Let's start making waves. Oh yes, we like that. Might even bring that up to the middle. And come on, centralize. There we go. Be relentless every single day. Cool. Right, so let's download that one. And we're going to make sure that we are just downloading that one. It should be that one there. Download, hit download, get ready for later. What are we now? 34 minutes in, but You could do this much faster as well. Like I said, this is, if I wasn't explaining myself as I was doing this at the same time, then I would be literally rattling through this. I would probably be on to Friday by now, and it would have took me 20 minutes. So I would imagine doing this method, you could probably schedule out a day of like 2 posts for each day. You could probably do that within 10 minutes. So 10 minutes for each day. So that's what, about just over an hour, maybe even less, to do the entire week. So you could actually spend 1 hour on a Monday morning and then get your entire content out. Now, that is also not saying that it will also, you know, we basically got to take into consideration the fact that you are also going to need an extra hour probably to shoot a video in the first place, and then also get it uploaded and transcribed. So I would put it into YouTube to start with as a video, and then download it again, upload it into Content Fries, get your quotes done, and get your content multiplied out. So that's kind of like how we're actually doing this. So I'm just going to do this one last time because I did want to share with you a little bit of a bonus, which you guys can see here on screen now, if I can make this any bigger. This is something that was given to me a little while ago, which is post hashtags. So you've got inspirational ones down here, and then you've got individual ones for each day of the week. So start with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then following down to the Tuesday. So they're super useful because it helps you not only achieve more exposure because they are less used hashtags, but also as well they're relevant to that day. So where we were publishing on leave without saving. We were publishing on a Tuesday, so we'll put that on Tuesday. I'm going to put that a little later on because I've got to remember that 7 p.m. to me is still only like 1, maybe 2 o'clock in the States. So we're going to look at this. Be relentless every single day. Go hard or go home. And it comes to building your own business. Nobody is going to do it for you. And it was Tuesday, so let's grab a couple of inspirational quotes for this. So let's tell you what, we'll start out with all of them. So I'm going to grab this. Come on, be good. I'm going to copy. I'm going to drop paste in there, and then let's think. There, motivational quotes is good. Success quotes is good. Inspiring quotes is good. Inspirational, get rid of that. Quotes and sayings, quotes about life. Because I really don't have a lot of usability space on some of the platforms, but I've noticed it's also Tuesday, so I want to add the Tuesdays in. So let's copy that out and put this bottom there. In fact, if I just do it like this, then I can do it for each one and it knows what I'm doing then. So we're going to get rid of that. Pop that in. Let's go. All right, so Facebook's happy with it because you can have shitloads on that. That's not a problem. Instagram does not like it. It wants me to remove 26 tags, so I'm just going to go like that. And it says remove 11, so let's go for still need to remove 6. It's not cute. It's not tasty. There we go. Should be happy with that. And Twitter is certainly not happy with all of that. So let's get rid of a whole bunch of those. Let's get rid of a whole bunch of those. Get rid of a whole bunch of those. See how long it takes me. It's literally like, no, I'm good. Tuesday and Tuesdays. And still got too many going on. So we're just going to bang. And finally, bang, there you go. Select board again for Pinterest. We can do that. It says we've got too many characters, so we'll take a bunch out of there, and we'll take a bunch out of there. It's not taco so it's not tasty or anything else like that, and then we're good. And again, what's the website? So let's have the website in there as well. Where did I put that? I put it somewhere special, didn't I? Oh man, gotta go back to YouTube again now. Did this before. I should copy and paste it into notes. Actually, probably make life a lot easier. This almost there, guys. Almost there. All right. So that's me. That's me. Come on. So where we're later. And website. Hit paste. Jobs are good in. Save for post. Okay, right. So what have we done? We have so far, we've created 2 of these. We've got a whole bunch of hashtags and all that good stuff. So that's cool in the gang. So we're all good for that. And like I said, if you've been watching this and you're interested in that and you want to see how we spin content, and also as well how you can be more comfortable on camera, let's just put that in. Stop the screen. There we go. So if you've enjoyed this so far, I know it's been long drawn out, but at the end of the day, the idea was to show you actually doing it live rather than just having something really well polished. And it was like, all you do is this, you do that, and you never actually get to learn the process and see someone actually working it out in the head as well. So that's what I wanted to do. The only way that you can truly learn is by seeing how it's done, right? And being taught how it's done. I'm probably going to use that as a quote card. So if you were watching to the end, then that's good. You'll probably see this coming up. It'll probably end up on Wednesday or Thursday of this week. But that being said, I'm all done. So I'd like to thank you guys for anyone that's been still watching to the end. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. There should be bits around the screen now showing you that you can subscribe, and also another video that you can watch, which would be super awesome. And I will catch up with you guys real soon. I'm going to end the broadcast, and